Hiya, I was colouring this, and because I've been asked about how I get the shine in the hair, I thought the best thing to do was to pop on and show you during this little video. So as you can see from this lady, I've started working on her hair. Now this is just the first layer, so what I've done is I've plotted out where my darkness is, and then I've added some of the light shine areas in. Now the good thing about this art is it's grayscale, so the artist does a lot of the work for you, because as you can see here, this is dark, so you know that you can put dark here, and then that bit there's light, so you know to put your light highlight in this bit here. So with this artwork it's really quite an easy one to do. However, if it's line art that you're doing, then one of my tricks is that I'll sometimes bring in a pencil, and I'll actually add in my own artwork just using a drawing pencil. Quite often I'll use a 4B, and then I can just plot in my own shading areas so that I then know to colour. Like for example, if I was doing this rose, well, you know that that petal there is casting a shadow, so then you would bring that in as your darkest and the bit at the end as your lightest. So it's the very same with the hair. So what you're doing is you're putting in your dark and then your light. Now remember that the rose is there, so that is called a cast shadow, so anything round about your rose is going to be darker because the rose is causing a shadow on to the hair. Same with the leaves up here, they're going to be darker up here because you're getting a cast shadow. So I'll just show you what I mean. Excuse me, I'll just add a little bit more to the hair. Now the thing about colouring with pencils is that you can't rush the process. You really need to take it slow and steady, because what you want to do is build up the layers. Now this will depend on the pencil paper that you use. If you use pencil paper, some of them have got more tooth than others. As you can see here, I don't know if you'll see it from the camera, but there's quite a lot of white still left. That's the tooth of the paper, which I haven't filled in yet, and that's why you build up the layers, because you want to make the paper tooth filled with colour. But what you don't want to do is press too heavy at any of this stage, because this is the earlier stage, and if you press too heavy then you will end up getting that you won't be able to layer, because you're almost burnishing by doing that. So that's why you do it very light strokes. And as you can see, I'm holding my pencil quite far back, and I have a large point on my pencil. A lot of people won't do it that sharp, but the reason I prefer it this sharp is because it reminds me to tickle the paper, because if I press too hard with this level of point, it goes pinging across the room, and that's annoying. So as I was saying, I'm just popping in some of the lighter shading in here. So, and you're building up the layers. As you can see, I'm barely touching the paper. I'm just building up the layers and letting the pencil do the work, just letting the pencil gently caress the paper and fill in the tooth. Now, I've said this before in videos and in lives when I've done them, not just with colouring, but for any of the things that I do lives with and colouring. I'm not professional, I'm just self-taught in everything that I'm doing, but I do it for the enjoyment and the mental well-being. So I do think that colouring is such a big part of people's lives nowadays that it's good to just sometimes just get back to basics and just get yourself, even if you just get yourself a children's colouring book and a set of pencils and you just practice. It's all about making memory muscle. So I'm actually practicing colouring every day now, as well as doing my card making samples and things. I enjoy doing my colouring every day, and I can see where I'm improving. I can see where I still need to improve. So as I say, I'm not professional at it, not at all. There's always room for improvement, but it really is something that is very good to make you sit quietly and plan and just relax. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself. At the end of the day, it's a colouring page and some pencils. If it doesn't turn out right, you can change it, or you can, well, most of my work that turns out wrong ends up in the bucket. So I'm a bit naughty for that, because I think because we're crafters, we could probably end up turning them into something else, but I'm very naughty and I'll just put them in the bucket. And I'm my own worst self-critic, so I never know whether I think my work's good or not. But I'm believing what everybody's been telling me of late, and it's really nice to hear the comments that I've been getting, so I must be doing something right. So as I said, it was just a few minute video, just to pop on and just to let you see that this is the way that I colour here. This is just the dark and the light. I mean, as you can see from her face, there wasn't a lot of telling in her face where the shadows should be, but because I know that the hair's on here, I decided to put the cheeks in darker, because the hair is casting a shadow over her face, so that's why this bit here's darker as well. So it's just about thinking about it that way, just thinking about in nature. And if you have a table with a light on it and you have things on your table, you can see where the shadows cast because of the light. So it's just the case, the same thing in colouring. If you think about, for example, the rose casting the shadow, then you know that the hair around the rose is to be darker, and just take it from there, see how you get on. There's no right or wrong to colouring, it's all about your perspective and where you want to place your shadows, because it's your story you're telling. Nobody's telling you how to do the artwork. The artist has gave you a bit of a clue with this, but if you totally decide to change that, then that's up to you, it's your prerogative. But I just think that for me, this is the way I like doing it, and then I build my layers up and up. So I hope you found this a little bit interesting, and that you will pop back to our channel soon, because there will be a lot more tips and tricks on it, hopefully very soon. Kevin's always adding his videos, and I'm hoping to do some more colouring tutorials and some more card making, etc. on my part of the channel. So I do hope that you will subscribe and join us in Craft Friends United Facebook group. And if there is anything that you want to see, or anything you're not sure about and you think I can help, please do feel free to comment below, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Take care, have a good day, bye.